Hello, and welcome to episode number 164 of Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. I'm Patricia Steere, and Mark Sargent is here. Hey there.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Somehow when I start the show, I always start it in a funny way with a funny intro, like, hello, and like as if this is just the most important thing ever. But you know what? Flat Earth is just about the most important thing ever. So
if you're just tuning in, we have breaking news. Then you hold your hand up to your earpiece. It's like, yes, just in. Earth is flat.
Is there something wrong with your headphones, sir? Could you repeat that?
I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of a snowstorm. Let's go to our roving reporter in Antarctica right now.
It's very cold where I am, but I'm wearing something off the shoulder. But I do need to report to you that the Earth is flat.
Burr?
I don't know.
Nice. Hey, by the way, can I do a quick shout out real quick?
Shout out to Nicole Cote. Happy birthday the other day.
Oh, right. Nicole Cote.
Yeah.
And of course, you got to ask.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? This is a box from Cookies, Etc. Because every once in a while I get cookies in it. I got it from one of my listeners, Mike in Minnesota. Mark, you kept talking about cookies, so I thought I had better send you the best. Right? I'm going, okay, I'll be the judge of that. And I'm not endorsing, I'm not saying the Cookies, Etc. is the best cookie ever, but for being shipped to your door, aside from
free's always the best.
yeah. Aside from cookies that you make at home yourself from scratch, these are the best cookies I've ever had. This was a box of 24 cookies. I'm still going through them. I had to put some in the freezer. Oh, delicious. Chocolate. In fact, what kind? Okay, let me tell you real quick what kind there were. Chocolate chip, double chocolate chip, crunchy chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, pecan chocolate chip, and monster cookie and sugar cookie. And so anyway, thank you, Mike in Minnesota, for saying, hey guys, can send me anything you want. I will eat them and or do whatever with them. And the address is in the description box.
So you're not worried about anybody putting any, I don't know, ayahuasca in them or?
Well, no, I mean, send me, if you want to play it safe, send me store-bought cookies.
Well, store-bought cookies probably are way more toxic than homemade cookies, even if they have extra in them.
These are pretty close to being homemade. This is the closest thing to homemade I've ever had. They were really good. Really, really good. Anyway, thank you. So now I can finally get rid of what's in the box.
Well, let's see. We have a lot of things to talk about, but something that I've been thinking about that I want to talk about first, and then I'm going to go into the chat and say hello to everyone. And by the way, thanks to all who are watching the show live right now, is chat raids that have been happening as orchestrated by Infinite Plane Society. And I've participated in some. You've participated in a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So have many of us who are in this live chat and who are watching this at a later date. Infinite Plane Society's channel, go subscribe if you haven't already. He's actually doing a show at this very same time. So in the chat raids, I really enjoyed it. We went to some people playing Minecraft and a couple other channels and all posted things like the Earth is flat, research flat Earth, hashtag flat Earth, ODD, in Flat Earth in 5 minutes, watch it, and things like that over and over.
Fun stuff, yeah.
But some people wrote me and said, do you think this is the best image for flat Earth? Because what you're kind of doing is trolling other channels who may not want you in there. You're disrupting them, and it may give flat Earth a black eye, so to speak. And then there were some people who were giving thumbs down to different channels when the channels got angry that flat earthers were there.
Right.
And then I was thinking, I think the chat raids are a pretty cool idea. It's that guerrilla marketing technique of going places and spreading your truth, or the truth. Really, it's not our truth. It's the truth, the flat truth.
Right.
But how do we do this while still maintaining an air of respectability in the eyes of all YouTubers, especially those who may have never heard of flat Earth before? I think my idea is not to thumbs down anybody's videos while you're there, even if they treat you with utter disrespect while you're doing a chat.
And I think this is what that's turning into. Now, that does not mean that you can't retract a thumbs up. You know, if all of a sudden, you know, because that's what IPS seems to be leaning towards right now, where he's saying, you know, only thumbs up. In fact, I was listening to the show that he was doing just recently, and he's going only thumbs up. Now, if the person starts trashing, you know, flat Earth, all of a sudden your thumbs up will probably start decreasing. I don't think you're not going to be forced to leave your thumbs up if they're bad mouthing flat Earth. But in response to your comment of guerrilla tactics, this goes a little bit beyond that. This is shock and awe.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I have not seen, and the reason why I'm really enjoying it.
It was fun. The times I've done it, it's been fun. You come away from it invigorated.
This, and I know people are going to hate me because I'm going to use part of the saying, and that is, it is game theory. This is something that has been around for over a decade. And if anyone knows, I mean, this whole concept goes beyond the whole art of war thing. This is in a digital era, something that we've been doing in the gaming world for at least 10 years. It's something that people came up with, and that is, well, if it's within the rules, who says we just can't get a whole bunch of people and mass, you know, invade an area and basically occupy an area very, very quickly, even better than a flash mob, because you can dictate, you know, there's nothing to stop you. And this was done, again, I'm going to use the Warcraft thing. I was on the flip side of this. I saw what a raid could do firsthand 10 years ago, when you had 400 people march into your capital city and you didn't have the foggiest idea what to do. You might as well not put up a defense at all. You know, were just running around you, which is why I did that trailer with the zombies running around the kid, because there's nothing you can do. In fact, some cases they had to shut down the servers because they were using a tactic that has never been seen before. And that is really new. I mean, we can talk about this a little more, of course, but I'm half expecting, if this goes the way it's going, as long as we keep it positive,
yes,
which just seems so far, that's what's going to happen. It's like, look, all we're doing is, if I'm making the excuse for flat Earth here, you know, we've got flat Earth on one side of the field carrying all these banners, right? You know, like the Scottish Highlands, all these clans, right? Well, several of these clans are just running over to the other side of the field and just creating a heck of a lot of chaos, but not really doing any damage. They're just it's all a bunch of noise, but it's making their presence felt. And then they leave, and the people on the other side is like, what just happened? And we're seeing that time and time again. You've seen some of the chat things.
Oh, yeah.
Where people, they're watching the screen, and we're hitting them in two different dimensions, which is, the first is, nobody, to date, I've never seen any chat raid happen. Chat raid isn't even a thing, because you have to organize a whole bunch of people. That takes some doing. You have to get, not only have to organize, they got to be enthusiastic enough to do it.
And hats off to IPS for being able to do that. That's not an easy thing to do, to get a lot of people to he's leading by example. We always say there's no leaders in flat Earth, but we all can lead by example. And he's come up with something that can definitely make some waves, as long as we keep it positive. And I don't mean that in a Pollyanna sort of way. I mean that if we go negative, even if one or two among us start saying horrible or nasty things to the other people, it'll reflect on all of us badly.
Of course, of course.
You know, some of the people that we do these raids to are going to be angry.
Of course.
Like the what is her name? Blonde.
Yeah, what is her name?
Think of her.
The pretty blonde girl that was in the first day of raiding.
Yes.
Who took it a little. Again, the shock and awe. Some people, it's kind of like I had a friend, an acquaintance, that used to cut off people in traffic just so you get in fights on the side of the road.
Wow.
And because he knew how, you know, where you get in front of them and you knife in front of them, and you basically rattle them bad enough that it's a fight or flight thing. And some people will fight. You know, some people are like, they'll pull over. It's like, what's your problem? Blah, blah, blah. You know,
I remember road rage was a thing. What was it in the 80s? I think that was a thing.
In the 90s. Road rage is a real thing. I've known several people that were into road rage. I mean, to like deliberately get into it. It's another story for another time.
There's a lot of people who are filled with a lot of anger, and they will use any opportunity to exhibit road rage or chat raid rage. There may be one or two in the flat Earth that will go into a raid where everyone's acting cool and just providing flat Earth info and showing a force of numbers, and they'll be the one who kind of being a jerk.
we've seen so far the gamut of responses, which is interesting. Watching again, it's a learning. We're not even 3 days into this, and we've seen the full gamut of responses. Everything from people who, again, the first responses are the best. It's like, and I love it. It's priceless. Like, what? You can see them watching the chat and they're going, what, developing a facial tick. What's going on over there in chat? And they're reading it. They're going, flat earth. Wait. And then the best one I saw was a guy who, a younger guy who was playing games, and he was savvy enough to go back to IPS's channel. And he'd go, okay, who's leading this thing? He goes to IPS's channel because he initially thought it was just a couple guys with multiple accounts doing a kind of a troll thing. Because, one or two trolls can do a lot of damage, right? And he goes to IPS's channel and he sees there's 500 pushing 600 people over there. And he's going, this can't be happening, because then he's like, wait, this is a flat earth raid, a flat earth chat. How can that actually be a real thing with that many people? All of a sudden it started solidifying in his head. It's like, this is not some sort of isolated fringe thing with just a few, it's not a ragtag group.
Right. And if we're nice and cool, I think that only helps our cause. So that's the reason I wanted to talk about this today, is because I was just fearing that the elation that comes with doing that sort of thing might cause one or two people to kind of go a little ragey, and
and you and I have talked,
leave a mark on flat earth.
You and I have talked about this somewhat, which is, look, the flat earth campfires are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
They're bonfires now.
They're bonfires. They're bordering on forest fires. And people don't, some of them are getting pretty jazzed up. People are getting pretty enthusiastic, and there's got to be an outlet. And I'm not going to say that instant gratification is the answer here, but this stuff's pretty fun because it's entertaining, it's quick, it's effective. Oh my Lord. You can go into, and again, we can get into this a little bit more with or without IPS, depending on if he comes in, which is, here's where it gets interesting. The way, because I've been in software for a long time, the way YouTube is set up, the rules that they created, we're not breaking any of them. Oh yeah, fine. So forgive me, blonde person, because I don't know your name, but the blonde girl that took offense, took it personally. Yeah, she came after IPS and did a copyright strike on him because he took a segment of that video and put it on his channel. But we got to remember that that's the only thing she could do. That's the only recourse she has because of how the rules are set up. So that your channel status on YouTube is solely based on copyright status. So again, and you've got to have somebody. So yeah, you can put up, and there's so many different levels of copyrights. Yeah, you're fine. If it's just copyrighted, you can't monetize it, or it could be blocked, or someone could take offense and say, okay, I'm going to strike you. And even then, it takes 3 strikes to bring your channel down. When it comes to chat, there are no penalties for chat. None, because up until now, this sort of thing, what we're doing here is brand new. Now, does this mean that YouTube will have to respond if we keep growing bigger and bigger and keep going into channels? Yeah, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what they would do, though, because chat is a whole different animal than copyright. Chat is just chat. I mean, look, there's people that get banned, nailed on, and plus people get struck or get banned from things in chat all the time, right? But that's it. It's just it's a surface level thing. You can't really, you're going to build a legal system into chat that's going to affect your status. How long is that going to take? We're talking, YouTube is a monster. It's a big organization. You can't just pull, this is something to combat this. You would have to do the equivalent of you probably heard of Sarbanes-Oxley, the basically the legislation that had to be put into effect because of the Enron scandal. That's how big this would have to get for them to take action.
I just am in fear a little bit that we might be seen as being the bad guys, as being akin to somebody sniping a hangout. So I think when we do it, although I'm not in charge of it, But who knows? Any of us could do a chat raid. I mean, it's not all. I mean, IPS has originated it. Hats off to him for that.
But then ODD got into it already.
Yeah, and he would want anybody to do it if you were going to do it. And I just think that making sure that while you're there, you're positive, you're there brief, you give them thumbs up, you only give them flat Earth information, and don't stay to argue. Because none of us learned about flat Earth through, most of us anyway, I would say 99%, by having people argue with us about it. We got the information in on our own time, looked into it, and on our own time made our own decisions. But, the arguing, the bickering and that sort of thing, you can't argue people into believing in flat Earth and seeing.
Agreed. Yeah, you can't. It takes time. You have to plant the seed.
Yeah, you can't force people. But planting the seed, I think, is great. But we do have to tread carefully when we do it, and also picking the right. I hate to use the word target, the right location to do a chat raid. There are certain sorts of channels that might not be the best choice.
Yeah, I felt bad for the photographer.
Yeah,
but then again, look, I mean, it's a work in progress. Not to use too many military things, but military versus civilian targets. Yes, we accidentally bombed a village.
It would be. That's a horrible thing to say. And
well, we did. It's like, look, the photographer, but he took care of it very quickly. He just turned off chat.
Right.
That was it. That was the end.
It was an abandoned village, so there were no
more or less
animals, women, children.
No, there was very few.
No one was hurt.
Very few pixels were harmed during
exactly
during the raid.
So just tread carefully while you do it, and be nice, be kind, thumbs up, and it's just information. It's what the heck is this flat Earth? What?
Yeah.
It's and then we leave.
It kind of felt to me as I was getting into it, kind of like a natural. It was a natural progression in some ways, because up until now, a lot of people have heard about it. Let's put it this way. We've reached the point where the mainstream media helped us. Everybody's been exposed to the term flat Earth, but nobody really knows what it is or the size of it. They only know that there's some people talking about it. Kyrie Irving, who's back in the finals, and the rapper B.O.B., Tila Tequila, and Draymond Green, and other various celebrities, and certain talk shows have talked about it, but they don't know the scope. Up until now, it's only been an idea. They've only heard the rumors. But they've all been exposed. Now they're seeing that it's a real, that it's a formidable force that's out there, and very quick and savvy at what they're doing. So, I mean, watching a big chat room, that has 4 million subscribers or more, get inundated, where you're outdoing a lot of people that are they're watching. People are just sleepwalking. You're waking people up with just, again, the shock and awe exposure of it. You're coming in, basically you're walking into a room with an air horn.
Exactly.
Flat Earth, and then leaving.
Yes.
And people are going, what, who, what was, again, and that's all you have to really do, because all the text is in there. They can review it. They're going, whoa. Again, a lot of it's going to be them filtering out. It's like, okay, they're realizing that it's not just a few trolls. This goes way bigger.
We are Legion.
Yeah, we are Legion. It's only going to get weirder and bigger, because, I mean, let's be honest here. When it's fun, when there's positive reinforcement, people are going to want to do it. And this is something that people have been dying to do. I mean, the emails that I get time and time, how can I help? What can we do right now?
Yes.
Dude, I want to do stuff right now. You can't get much more instant than this is.
You won't be thrown into jail. You might if you went to NASA and threw bricks through windows. But I suggest that we pick our targets better. How about, I'm just looking right now, things like NASA Live, Space and Universe channel has got 785 people watching. We could wake them up. What about that channel ODD Reality? We should do it there. They need to wake up. I'm just joking.
The criteria that IPS and others, again, the hive mind has been creating some fairly detailed criteria right now, which is, I think, pretty good. One is that the live stream has to have started usually in less than an hour. In fact, he may even get it down to less than 30 minutes before it's over, because there's a lot of live stuff. That there's at least chats running, super chat, hopefully, and that there's a person on camera live watching the whole thing. Now that's kind of tricky, because you don't know if the person's watching that actually puts themselves in the box again, what's the box? That person is also the moderator. Maybe, maybe not. Some of the moderators are off screen and they don't really have any interaction with them. And usually you can tell when that's the case, because they're just completely isolated. They've got somebody completely moderating, the person's not watching any of the chat. That would be the case if I ever did a live hangout. I probably wouldn't watch the chat. I'd probably just have somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my phone and I watch it that way, but not completely all the way.
But
yeah,
but that's the criteria so far. And it's again, the work in progress, it's evolved very, very quickly. And there's a lot of fertile ground out there. I mean, there is a lot of live hangouts. Google Hangouts, look, it's monstrous. And the channels we can hit, we could go on for a long time without even repeating any.
In a way, we don't want to become annoying. We don't want to ruin someone's mojo and flow on a show. That's why interrupting gamers when they're playing Minecraft didn't seem to be too bad to me. But then again, I don't play Minecraft. Maybe that would be horrible. End of the world. But
Minecraft is such a, no, as a gamer, I'm sorry. It offends me that Minecraft, it's a children's editor. That's all it ever was supposed to be. And it's a editor made out of Legos.
But people who play Minecraft, would they be great as flat earthers? I don't know.
Well, no. It doesn't really matter.
Want them, is the question.
Everybody has to be exposed to it eventually.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
Everybody does. Fine. If they don't want to be part of the community, fine. But you're going to recognize what this community is, and you're going to see what it can do. And remember, we're doing this without marketing dollars for the most part, without mainstream help. We're doing this. I mean, this isn't just a grassroots community. We're running on shoestrings and vapor, and we're still tracking higher than most of the mainstream topics that are out there. You think I'm kidding? Again, type in Neil deGrasse Tyson into YouTube. Type in Lady Gaga. We're scoring higher than her right now. Yeah, we're just under the president. In fact, Social Blade. When you were showing me Social Blade, the fact that PewDiePie has 50 million subscribers. Yeah, but when you type in his name into YouTube, he only has 5 million relevant search results. It's because his fan club isn't that big. He's just has a lot of subscribers that don't care. They're just subscribing because everybody else is subscribed. The marketing machine just created this massive wall of subscribers. We're scoring 3 times higher than PewDiePie right now as far as relevant search. Yeah, fine, we don't have the subscriber base. Doesn't matter. We could roll into one of his hangouts. In fact, we should eventually find one of his hangouts and just storm it. Just storm it and show him, what can be done. See if he can respond.
That would be fun, because I don't think that what does a PewDiePie video do? What does he do?
He plays games. He's just a gamer.
Fidget spinners or something? I mean,
in fact, type that in, fidget spinners. We're scoring higher than fidget spinners, and that's the hottest thing since Gangnam Style, which we're not scoring as high.
More things I hate. All of those things throughout my entire life that have come and gone, those fad things, always just annoyed the heck out of me. So
if PewDiePie was that big, why it took a marketing machine just to get him a network television show, which was, I think, called Punk PewDiePie or something to the effect, where he was being punked by other people. It's like, we haven't seen that in every Jackass episode 10 years ago. But fine.
Well, here's an idea that's a soft pedal version of chat raids, which is anytime you write a review for anything, let's say you buy something on Amazon and write a review, write your review of whatever, the doohickey that you bought, and then right at the end, and the earth is flat. Anytime you do a restaurant review on Yelp or whatever, a review of a car wash or whatever you use Yelp for, you'll have to have a Yelp account, write a review and then put the earth is flat there at the end. We are asked to do reviews often, and many of us use online world to buy things and do lots of transactions. So the earth is flat. Even on your email, at the very bottom of your email where you have your name, maybe you've set it up so you always have your name go and you type in the rest. I don't know what you call that, a template. Yeah, a template. Put the earth is flat. On your voicemail, on your phone, have the voicemail say your name, leave a message, and the earth is flat. These seem like very small things, and they are very small things. But the more small things we do, the more it will get into people's ears, like an earworm. And there you go.
An earworm.
Yeah.
By the way, because the chat rate is only going to be one aspect of what these groups can do. Again, people are looking for fun, quick things to do. I sent a thing off to IPS, and I didn't send it to you, but I talked to you about the Subaru thing, which is Subaru Motors. For you guys don't know, their Boxster engine with a flat four engine. They came up with a slogan, go figure, in the end of 2015, which was called "The World is Flat." You can go to Amazon.
All times, the end of 2015, when you arrived, when most of us, well, not most of us, many of us, kind of awakened to this.
Right. The what I did was I sent an email to IPS and said, it'd be fun to do a mass emailing. And then I gave a list of everyone, all the VPs of marketing for Subaru North America. And because this actually worked for me when I had a problem with a Dell computer that was just driving me nuts. Remember, I was in tech support, and this thing was driving me insane. It was a horrible, horrible thing. I got a list of every executive at Dell. And I fired off a mass email to all of them with a long story about how horrible I thought it was. And I'll be darned if I didn't get some of the best customer service ever within 2 days. And a guy that was like dedicated for me, a guy that actually worked in one of their labs. And I said, I will help you with whatever you need, from here to the end of time. Is that IPS I see right now?
Yes, IPS has joined us. Hello. Or he's joined us.
Thank you. I just got in, and I'm trying to get my my live stream on over here.
All right,
cool. Okay. So anyway, well, let me
continue. Finish.
Okay. So I sent an email to IPS and saying, because somebody had mentioned me, it's like, man, you really should get Subaru to do a booth down at the conference.
That would be so good.
In North Carolina, because they don't necessarily have to believe in it. Look, the slogan they've already had out there, it's for their engine, but they've already got the merchandise built up. They got the hats and the t-shirts and the jackets and little things for babies and all sorts of, you can go to Amazon.
Do it tongue in cheek and be there as part of a Flat Earth convention. Ha ha ho ho yee.
Exactly.
And there they are.
My request to see IPS was, wouldn't it be great if you guys could do a quick, cut and paste email, and he could help write that email. I just put like an example email. I said, to whom it may concern in Subaru marketing, please consider using your current campaign of The World is Flat and attend the Flat Earth 2017 International Conference at Raleigh, North Carolina, November 9th and 10th. We love the slogan and think it would be a great opportunity for Subaru. For more information, please go to fe2017.com. Sincerely, the Flat Earthers. And
that gave me chills. Sincerely, the Flat Earthers. Ooh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the head of marketing is Alan Bethke, Bethke, and I can't find the email for him. Big shocker there. Head of marketing, you can't find the email online. So I was hoping that if everyone emailed the other marketing guys, say, please forward this email to Alan. And then he would get this slew. And if he gets 300, 400 emails or, forwarded from all these other execs or whatever they decide to do, there'd be enough buzz that eventually in some of the meetings they have via teleconference or whatever, say, hey, Alan, you can go to that meeting, that Flat Earth thing could be kind of fun. And I think it'd be a great thing just to get super.
For them to have a car parked in front of the hotel.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
And with the banner, I mean,
they could do. I mean, all the stuff is already made up. They've already got the banners. They've got everything. They don't even have to reinvent anything.
They don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Literally, just one phone call to the warehouse at merchandising, and to fulfillment, and boom, that's it. They've got all the stuff they need. And they don't have to send people that believe it. They could just send some freaking interns down there to sell merch, and it'd be awesome. I think it'd be great.
Now, IPS on his show earlier, I was listening as I was, just getting ready to go on. He was talking about Million Man March, and when are Flat Earthers going to have a Million Man March? Well, I don't know about a Million Man March, but I mean, sure, why not? Let's shoot for the skies.
Sure.
What about in Raleigh? We're going to be there anyway. Do you need permits, or can we just do it?
Well, yeah, that's just it. You got to be careful.
Right.
Especially nowadays. If it was 10, 15 years ago, I'd say, oh yeah, definitely do it. But you know how it is nowadays.
Being in jail would actually attract a lot of attention.
Well, yeah,
Flat Earthers locked up.
Yeah, but you don't want, I mean, that's a good idea. I like that idea.
I don't want to be locked up. Well, I'm sure you don't either. Well,
you would do horrible in jail.
No.
I wouldn't do much better. You would be awful in jail. No, but you also don't want people that are going to be doing speaking engagements. Robbie, remember you and I talked, Robbie would kill us. If all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, the people that are hosting your award show, they're not going to be there. So They're tied up in Raleigh County. I don't even whatever county Raleigh's in.
We can't, as a group, walk somewhere in Raleigh where they have that giant globe outside of the museum.
Yeah, one of the biggest metal globes in the country.
There's some kind of a law that a certain amount of people can't congregate at the same time.
What's
the number?
I'm just saying, you got to be careful, because here's the thing.
Like no more than 33 or something.
Nowadays, the law enforcement groups tend to they don't shoot first and ask questions later, but they will take steps that which they didn't used to back in the day. It's like, oh yeah,
and those helmets and batons.
Bring them in. I got a bunch of plastic binder thingies. Let's do it. Let's just grab them all. Who cares? But anyway, we'll see.
Having a sort of march or gathering would be nice. It would be nice.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be there. We don't know the exact number that's going to be there yet, but I think it would be great.
I think it's going to be, and by the way, I just had my first documentary person contact me and said they absolutely are going to be there. And they should. Anyone that's doing a documentary on the whole flat earth community, you would be an idiot not to show up. I mean, that's pennies on the dollar to show up at that conference.
By documentary person, you mean somebody who took all of your flat earth clues and made a documentary out of it?
No. Just an independent.
Who's going to make a documentary about the event?
Yeah, that wants to do. It's like, what is this flat earth thing? I mean, it's too easy not to. In fact, talking to people beforehand and then showing up at the conference is the big culmination, and then selling it to Sundance. It's a license to print money. Sorry, it is.
IPS is here, but I don't know if he's here or he's dealing with something behind the scenes. So,
IPS, can you hear us? IPS.
Yes, I did shut down my chat and I sent everybody over here. And you were just talking about the film, and I think I was just saying, when are we going to have a Flat Earth Film Festival? Like, it's going to arise organically, but I think it's important to get the idea out there that independent filmmakers, if you're at the conference, footage waiting to be made, interviews waiting to be conducted, and
oh yeah. I mean, I've been talking to producers pretty much off and on for the last year, at least. And I mean, I was talking to him at the end of 2015, and everybody knows about this because everybody in the media, the entertainment media section, it knows, they're looking for new ideas. And so when they see this and they see trends, in fact, several people called me just because they saw how it's tracking on the internet.
Not just the internet, they're inserting the words flat earth into TV sitcoms and into movies, and it's a known thing.
But when it comes to film people, it's like, okay, is there an audience for this? And they do a search online. It's like, holy smokes, this is a thing. This is a real thing. And I just beat the drum whenever they contact me. I go, dude, you got to get on this. Whoever pulls the trigger first is going to be they're going to be considered a genius. That they were the ones that did it first. And other people, they just get scared. They just get scared. They're worried that the whole thing, it'll bring down everything around them, that their reputation will be ruined. Going, all right, fine. Don't want to be the first person on the dance floor. That's fine.
In reality, we're all going to be flat earthers someday, and your reputation will be ruined if you still hold on to the ball.
Exactly.
I wanted to ask IPS. I know he's in the middle, maybe in the middle of doing something at the same time he's here. We were talking earlier about the going into the chats and maybe not giving thumbs down. That was just my idea on it, just to have a more positive spin. I heard that you got a copyright strike. Are you able to overturn that? What are you going to do about it?
You should be able to appeal it.
I think so.
I decided I wasn't going to really worry about it. I know the person who did it, she has a very popular channel. She's an alt-right pundit. And we donated a bunch of money, got her to talk about Flat Earth. The reaction was funny. But no, she didn't really take it too well. And said she followed us around on another visitation to a few other channels and tried to stop us. And so she actually showed up today during my broadcast. And I was able to say to her, hey, if you're on the alt-right, the next step further to the right is Flat Earth. That's even further away from big government solutions. So, we're on your side. I don't know if she understood that, but one copyright strike, I may appeal it. I'm not too worried about it. It's the first one, but I'm not going to get any more. Now, as far as the thumbs down, we did come to this agreement. We're saying we'll get a bigger impact, I think, if we just do a thumbs up and nice comments, and then really make sure that we don't mob them so much as surprise them.
Okay, that sounds great. That really does sound great.
I don't know if you've had a chance to ever appeal anything before her, but I'd recommend the appeal just because if for no other reason than to get a buffer, still get that buffer, because the first strike is a great buffer in case you get the second. Because if you get a second, then they restrict your abilities in YouTube, and that you don't want, because that knocked out Eric Dubé for a while because he got 2 quick strikes like back to back, and he was down for a while. And then, oh, heck, you want to talk to a guy that got smacked around? Look at ODD.
Right. Yes, exactly.
He was brought down.
And starting a backup channel, I would think that would be a good thing for you to do as well, IPS.
Yeah, just in case.
I have a backup, and I'm definitely going to be more cognizant of the rules and everything. So things won't be taken out of context, because some of our resident trolls, I don't even need to say their names, but they were trying to sabotage the whole thing, running in there with the Nazi slanders and everything else. And I'm like, okay, we need to get control over this, because what we have here is an effective way of deploying a message anywhere. I don't think there's anybody on earth we can't reach if we choose to. So we have to be cautious about how we apply it, because it is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes,
I think.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you for coming on and
thank you.
And bringing some nice people with you over here.
Yeah, I'll be in the comments section.
All right, cool. I'm going to go into the chat right now. I do appreciate you coming on, definitely. All right, that was IPS. Let me go into the chat and say hello to everyone. We've got Brian Blazer. And hey, there's IPS. He's a man of his word. Gen X Gypsy and Osher06. Mark Thomas, hello. Solar Powered Steam Engine. We've got Bob Bice, Dave Hinkle, Bob of Glowbusters, and Robin Holt. Lickety Split is here. Squirrel Sniper is here as well. Morgan Ellis, Christopher. A YouTube channel who's got a really good name called Go Find the Others is saying hello. We've got Four Eyes to See, Kittens of the Flat Still Earth, which is Vlad, formerly the Globe Impaler and Flat Still Earth, but now he's got a channel that's called Kittens of the Flat Still Earth, because as we all know, kittens on YouTube are crazily popular. So I guess his title is sort of to...
Cats on the internet have been popular literally since the internet had the ability to send pictures.
You know what? There's nothing like a good cat video. I've got a cat on my jukebox right behind me right here sleeping.
I mean, lolcats are what, 10 years old at least now?
What about the, what's it called, cat that flew? Oh, what's that called?
Oh, that stupid thing?
Yeah, that stupid
the animated thing?
What was it called? Well,
I don't
everyone
remember.
knows. I don't remember the name of it.
It wasn't that cute.
Mr. Drobot, Boom Boom DJ.
Minecraft people like that cat.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we should bring that back. 469 people watching as well. We've got Man here. We've got Lickety Split, I mentioned already. Hello, Zulu1 and Roy Strange Videos, DTG75, Ion Beam, who says, can't take a good IPS down. We've got Philip Kokesh, and he is also saying something which I don't even understand. I won't even read it. Some things are out of context, so it makes no sense. Martin Leedkey, Linda McFadden, George GG Wingmaker. Hey, Patrick Hode, who says Flat Earth confirmed. Ace McLeod says, don't be a kitty cat. Talk about Flat Earth. Tinfoil Hatter, hello there. Ukdina Walker, hello to Timaeus, Nate Darren, Jared Nevin, Tall Starlight, Keanu Collins. And wow, there's so many people in the chat and it's moving so quickly. And I know I haven't been able to mention everybody. I'll give a few more names out. Plain Truth and Gregory May, Joshua Boliero, Racinism, probably said that one right. Hello to QC, Quaalude Charlie, and Flat Adam and Brian Burton, Frank Bocciccio, and he says Buckeye, Arizona is flat. And Flat Trotter and Authentic Intent. And he says he's got a new live street interview episode from his state capital in Minnesota. So look up Authentic Intent's channel, give him a subscribe or her a subscribe and go check it out. And Crazy Flat Lady is here as well. And Danny in B Flat, hello. Little Flatty says Nyan Cat. That's what it is. Nyan. And that's what we couldn't remember.
Nyan Cat.
Plain Sailing, Jonathan Simpson, and Toto, and a few more. I hate when I miss someone. Dead Reckoner is here. The Highwayman is here. Taling Trick says hello from Kelly. Hey, there's Bling Bling, the BSS of the ISS, who says hello to both of us. And she is going to be my guest on Friday. So today is the 31st. So this coming Friday.
You need a
in
thing
June.
for Friday then.
Yes, I need a thing.
Get you a thing.
You want to make me a
I'll make you a thing.
make me a thing, which is a thumbnail. I can make them myself, but you have the best material.
Well, I do like making thumbnails.
Yeah, you do.
By the way, all these people you're mentioning, I just came up with a neat new T-shirt idea. The Flat Earth Strike Force.
Yes, I like it, but doesn't it sound too militaristic? But see, that's your thing, and I'm more like, let's be nice.
You know what my name is?
Sargent.
That's why I added the I finally just caved in. That's why I added the military drum beat to my intro.
Okay, how about Flat Earth Strike Force, but with the flower on it?
Oh, you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad. Or Flat Earth Strike Force in some sort of pastel colors.
Yeah. Hey to Wesley Stace, Flat Earth News Talk, and Nicole Cote. Hey, and happy birthday from the other day. Lucid Legrand, Way BMX, Paul Williams, Kyle James, and Corey Admonson. Hello, how are you? James Hicks Boson is here, and Flat Earth Addict. And RJ says, I missed him, but now I didn't. Jared Nevin is here, and Vagabond as well. And Eric Metzler, and James Chamberlain, Jonathan Simpson, Kat Shaw, Jose Fresco, and I'm going to take a break. And if I didn't read your name, I feel bad, but hey, you know, it's impossible, literally impossible.
Good.
So,
while you're taking a break, I'm going to read real quick because I promised I would do this for him. They are going to do a special Canada Day Flat Earth meetup.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, yeah, I don't know the name of the song. The all I know is it's Canadian. It's full of maple.
By the way, Mick Kanke says no pastels.
All right, fine. No, we can.
We'll just put a skull on it, okay? We're happy.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Yeah, Flat Earth Strike Force with like a skull on it, and then like a flower in its ear.
That might look like the Grateful Dead band, though, with a skull and a flower. No.
Okay, not a skull. There's some sort of flat. You know what I mean? Both the best of both worlds.
Or like a bunch of actual bullet holes in it.
Flat Earth Recon
and a flower.
You could do some great stuff. Seriously, it'd be really fun. Flat Earth Raid Force. Anyway, hi Mark. I love the strange world. This is Ginger Sugarbush 905, otherwise known as Brian, fellow YouTuber. Scuba Dracula, Effie Rocker, and I are all holding a Flat Earth rally on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls on Canada Day. I will be reposting his trailer for this.
Ginger Sugarbush and Scuba Effie Rocker. Those are two cool people coming together. That's great.
Yeah. It's going to be from noon to 4 on Canada Day. His email is nffe@gmail.com, or Scuba's is flatearthhamilton@gmail.com. And I will put a mirror on my site, but you can also look it up, and the video's out there. But it's going to be fun.
Stephen Chess, ex Stranger XX, says Canada is his home and sacred land. He says. Yeah. Let's see. Four Eyes to See says he's having a love wave for you guys. Yeah, we're feeling the love wave, and we're giving it back.
Push out the jive, bring in the love.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of great people here. It's so nice to see the Flat Earthers. It's uniting, yes, but we all maintain our differences and our different viewpoints about the way the Earth is. We're all not really pushing a certain model, but we're saying that there's no measurable curvature, and that NASA is lying to us, and the governments are stealing our money and our future. And so many horrible things are happening to where we live, our home, and the people on it because of these lies. So we are in agreement about that. And that's the strength that we've got. That's the starting point that we've got.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
I'm all for it.
You want to? I got a little weird thing that happened, and I'm not actually sure what to do about it yet. Somebody let me know in a voicemail. He goes, "Hey, you go. Remember, I was getting some copyright blockages when I remember the Rammstein video.
If you eat more fiber, you won't have those blockages.
I know, right? I'm actually starting to eat raw twine at this point. The or Triscuits, one of the two.
Hmm.
The about the same, or
Yeah.
granola. The 70s cereal. Have you ever try to eat a big bowl of granola? Yeah, everybody screws that up because it's so dense. You pour it's like, oh yeah, granola. You just pour a bunch and you can't finish it because it's
Now you're
like,
making me hungry. I
it's
do
like
like granola.
eating gravel. Anyway, so because Rammstein this year, in fact, this month, decided that the video part of their song is now blocked in all countries, I had to re-upload my 32nd degree Mason Talks Flat Earth. Okay, this is weird. And you guys can actually check this out on YouTube right now. So I put it up there, re-upload 32nd degree Mason Talks about Flat Earth, right? Part 2. It's about 90 minutes long. But when you look at it, it says 2 minutes long. With the counter I'm staring at right now. And some guy said, your video is only 2 minutes long. I'm panicking. And I get back to my machine. I was going, holy smokes. But I click on it and it's 90 minutes long. So what in the world happened?
Little glitch, little YouTube glitch.
I've never seen a glitch. So I'm hoping it'll autocorrect, like boxer shorts. But I don't know if it's going to. If it doesn't correct in that's a guy thing. Boxer.
I was just going to say autocorrect like boxer shorts. I have no idea.
Only guys would know what that means. Guys that wear boxer shorts. Okay, first of all, I don't even know why you're doing it. It's because I want to be free, man. It's like, no, it is just so.
Just wear nothing if you want to be free.
It's uncomfortable. Yeah, go commando. But it's weird because it says 2 minutes. So I'm hoping, people say it's a conspiracy, dude. They're trying to repress your video because I don't think I'd watch an interview that was only 2 minutes long.
I think maybe it's good that it says 2 minutes long, but is longer. A lot of people will think, oh, I don't have time for like a couple hour video.
There you go.
Like on a 2 minute video, but so it may work accidentally to your favor.
Maximize the positives. You know what? I'm going to leave it up as is.
Yeah. I want to say hi to Globe Thrusters, who's asking me if he's banned. No one's banned here on the Flat Earth. A long time ago, I had a bunch of people banned, and then I unbanned everybody. Once in a while, there's somebody that's banned that I didn't notice is banned. So you just message me and I'll unban you. And I just hope that everybody will be nice. And generally speaking, everyone is pretty nice, even if we don't all agree on the exact way the shape of the earth is. So anyway.
Could be this. Could be this.
Could be.
But what we definitely know is
a bunch of endlessness.
Is that it's not these.
Exactly. Give them a little juggle for us.
Oh, shit. Anyway. I am the dancing monkey of Flat Earth.
Well, yeah. No.
Not really.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not a good dancer. People that think I'm going to be doing a lot of dancing at this conference. Not a good dancer.
I wonder if we're going to be dancing when we're there.
I don't know.
You think there will be
Carly Sunshine mentioned that. It's like, I hope there's dancing. And it's like, I don't know if there's going to be dancing.
Dancing would be fun. I'm not a good dancer either.
There's going to be, well, I can't comment on that. But the Disney Queen generally doesn't dance. In fact, if somebody asks her to dance, she just glares at them and then they slink away.
You have this like alter ego personality for me that I don't really have, but you think I can play very well, which would be the evil Disney Queen.
Yeah, the same character and pretty much
Snow White and like the Queen and
Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. It's all the same queen, different princesses, but same queen.
So
the only one that screwed that whole thing up was Frozen, where you had one of the princesses become the queen.
Oh.
If you ever saw Frozen. Anyway.
No, never did. Never did.
By the way, real quick, and I know I'll get the trailer up for the Colorado meetup, Tuesday meetup is still happening every week. And they are also now they're going to try to get a billboard going. And I don't know if they took that idea from IPS, but they're going to do a billboard space in Colorado and they're going to eventually do a GoFundMe. So I will. A
billboard is a fantastic idea. In fact,
this one isn't digital. I think it's real.
There was a video that came out today, and I'm going to look because the Daily Plain put it out. And this is what it reads, or will read. We know, they know, we know. Do you? The earth is flat.
Yeah.
And you can see that on the Daily Plain channel. So that is a relatively small channel, but the Daily Plain needs more subscribers. And since we help our friends, it's the dailyplain.com channel. The .com is spelled DOTCOM. I'm subbed. So the Daily Plain and then DOTCOM, sub the channel and give them a thumbs up for the billboard. And they've also got another billboard, kind of an idea. And this is all sort of IPS related. It's the globe exit. We know the earth is flat, #globe exit. And there's a couple others on there too that you can look at. I think it's a great idea to come up with these sorts of slogans.
Oh yeah.
You can use them to make t-shirts. Teespring is a company that you can use to make t-shirts. And then people can buy them if they want. You don't have to have loads of t-shirts in your own home to sell. DITRH often designs t-shirts and makes a few for himself and a few friends, and then anybody can go on and purchase them. There are other sources aside from Teespring that do it, but that's the only one that's coming to my mind at this point. So anyway, you can get the message out. The personalized car license plates is really great.
Right. I'm putting that up tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
That's great.
The June one. Yeah.
I'm getting my car back because somebody hit me. It was only cosmetic damage, but it's taken forever to fix it due to the fact that my car's brand new and they had to get the parts from Germany. So the car's just sitting in the shop and I've got a rental, but I'm missing my license plate because the plate that I've got now on this car is just some random thing. And I miss having the plate that actually has personal meaning to me. So
I hear you.
Also, there's varying people who make things that you can put on your car aftermarket in order to display your flat earth pride and get a message across.
Chris Pontius.
Indeed. He sent me a light box, which I showed on my last secret show with you Wednesday, and it is in my house right now, plugged in. I thought I could put it on the wall, but it's not a wall mounted thing. It's a desk mounted thing. So it's on a desk in another room. And he made what you're holding up right now.
Yep. Which are cool little flat earth infinite plane discs without dome.
And I'm going to be talking with Chris Pontius and have him show all the things that he makes. It sounds like you're whistling for a dog. I would love to do one of those really crazy whistles, like taxi whistles, when you use.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a friend. I watched him
teach
himself how to do it, doing the 2-finger thing, where you have to do it under your tongue. Took him pretty much half a semester to learn how to do it, but he was quite good afterwards.
Yeah, I'm just I can hardly whistle, let's just say. Not that good at it. But I am going to have Chris Pontius on, and he's getting his setup ready so that we can do that. And
he's going to show off all the stuff. He's going to do it. He's going to turn all the lights off and show all the.
Yes.
That's
so
awesome. He's got a lot
coming
of
up
great LED stuff. Can't wait.
There's something else I wanted to mention. Let me think what that is. It's something that was important, and I highlighted it. But, yes. YouTuber Christian, Kristian, Riedel, Riedel, is going to be on with me. And that is going to be on Monday here on the show. And that's 6 p.m. Eastern. And he is a new YouTuber, so you can check out his channel. And we're going to be talking flat earth. And he's made a bunch of videos. One is called Flat Earth Unity or Independence. And it's a great video all about what I think that the theme of this show is, the underlying theme, and why we had IPS on, how that unity is very important, and the fighting among ourselves is never going to get us anywhere. We don't have to love each other. You can actually even dislike people, but be on the same team, which is headed toward awakening as many people as possible to the fact that the earth is not a globe. You can put aside your differences in whether or not you believe that we are under a dome, or there's some kind of ceiling, or the firmament, or it's an endless plane. You can put those things aside and focus on the fact that the people who are forcing the globe down our throats must be stopped. And that's what I will be talking with him about. So
they must pay for their insolence.
Exactly. That's where the Disney Queen in me will come out.
Flat Earth Shock and Awe 2017.
But yes, it's Christian Riedel, Kristian Riedel, a new YouTuber. He'll be talking with me on Monday, and Bling Bling of the ISS, BSS of the ISS is going to be on with me on Friday. So.
Nice.
Oh, and by the way, his channel is Hangnail. I forgot to tell you his channel is
Hangnail. That's a sexy name.
Yeah, it's Hangnail. So I'm not telling you to look up Christian Riedel, but Hangnail. It's one word, Hangnail. I don't know why his YouTube channel's name is Hangnail. what is a hangnail? It's something we all get, and it's kind of annoying, but it's a small annoyance. So maybe that's why he has it as his username
He's an
on
annoyance.
YouTube.
Yeah, nice.
Well, in a way, what is an
No,
annoyance?
it's fine.
An annoyance isn't necessarily a bad thing. Look at what the chat raids are. They're an annoyance.
No, change the channel name to Flat Earth Hangnail.
Yeah.
That's there you have it. It's like,
but maybe he's going to talk about other things other than flat Earth. But anyway, all to be discussed on Monday's show.
What else would you talk about besides flat Earth?
Well, everything's tied to flat Earth. So no matter what you're talking about flat Earth. That's for sure.
Doesn't matter what temperature the room is, because it's always room temperature.
It doesn't matter what time it is. It's always flat Earth time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but real quick, the raid thing. I just want to throw in one more thing, and that is the key to avoiding unwanted hatred is to not do repeat business until everything else has been exhausted. Like, for example, if they decided today to go after a pretty blonde person again, yeah, that probably would go over like a sack of dirt.
It would just be annoying.
It would be like at that point she.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, her face would turn all red. She might actually start crying, and then she would contact YouTube and say, "What can be done to stop this villainy?" And they'd say nothing right now. But the point is, don't. But going after her would be, do the exact opposite. Just go after people that don't want. It'd also be helpful if they didn't know each other. Even though I said going after the entire Minecraft community would be awesome, because they have millions. I mean, they have just almost countless hangouts happening at any given time.
And even the term going after, it sounds aggressive. So
it is aggressive.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
No,
cheerleader.
Be aggressive. BEAGGRESSIVE.
I was not a cheerleader at all.
Sister was a cheerleader. I had to wake up every morning to frickin' and Saturdays and weekends, because they'd come over and I'd hear this yelling and jumping up and down. It's like, oh.
There's a meme out that kind of resonates with me. It shows all these blonde Barbie dolls and they look like cheerleaders. And they're saying, "You can't sit with us," to another woman with dark hair who's very severe looking. And the dark-haired woman says, "I don't want to." But if you saw the meme, it kind of goes, Mean Girls.
It would make sense. Yeah. By the way, when you kept saying the word Rydell, I'm sorry. I've never heard Rydell as a name, either first or last. And you know what I keep
Rydell High.
Exactly.
Greece.
Rydell High, Greece.
And I might be pronouncing it incorrectly, but we'll find out. That's how it's spelled anyway. This is an email I got from Rob, and he writes, the subject is being tarred with the same brush. And this goes along with the unity thing. And by unity, once again, I mean going for a common goal together. Doesn't mean we have to have the same belief about the exact shape or even how
Flat
to
Earth
go
power.
about doing it. Yeah. He writes this: next time someone connects flat Earth with Nazis, which has happened because some of the people that we've done these chat raids on have said, "Oh, aren't flat earthers a bunch of Nazis?" And I've heard this same thing on Eddie Bravo kind of conversations, and that flat earthers and Nazi love is all tied together, which we all know is not. There is a group. Yes, but it's not, doesn't represent all of us.
Let's call it out. I'll call it out if you're not going to call it out. Look, almost all of that damage came from one guy.
Right.
Eric today. Eric is not shy about doing that. His videos are still on his channel. He is not, and I get it. There's a faction out there, but it has nothing to do with flat Earth.
And that doesn't even mean that we don't have to think that the Holocaust happened exactly as we've been told. That's not what I'm saying either. But I'm saying that if we all get called Nazis, which would turn off mainstream who doesn't understand anything about the lies of history.
Killed one Netflix thing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Again, one apple does not spoil the bunch in this regards. Look,
I think that's a Donny Osmond song, isn't it? One bad apple.
No,
don't
you're
spoil
thinking.
the whole
You're
bunch,
thinking.
girl.
I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. The example I like to give is Mel Gibson when he was pulled over for that traffic stop and went on that horrible rant that he did. Does that mean that every director in Hollywood follows that belief? No. In fact, it's quite the opposite of his belief. But he depends on the group. In this case, because nobody knows anything about flat earthers, we're hoping to stomp that rumor out as quickly as possible. Though.
Well, Rob's email says, being tarred with the same brush as the subject. Next time someone connects flat Earth with Nazis, point out that the next time they see a Catholic priest on the news for pedophilia, that doesn't make every Catholic a pedophile.
Right.
So that's a better way to approach it than just saying, oh, that's an ad hominem attack, because a lot of people don't even understand what an ad hominem attack is. So
yeah. Although, in all fairness, there's more priests. I think there's actually relationship proportionally more priests along those lines than flat earthers are tied to Nazism.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe we shouldn't.
Another topic for another show.
Another rabbit hole.
Yeah, you don't want to go
down the rabbit hole, and we agree this is a rabbit hole. That
the point is that flat Earth is it's one of the only positive communities in the conspiracy world. That's why it's resonating. That's why there's so many people getting excited for it, and also why there's so many women involved. Look, women know how to sniff out the BS. They know how to sniff out bad vibes, and they're not finding it here. It is mostly a positive community, and so.
Well, Bling Bling of the BSS of the ISS, whose name is Christine, by the way. Speaking of women know how to sniff out
his
the
name
BS.
Is Christine?
Her name is Christine.
Her name is Christine.
Bling Bling. You were saying women know how to sniff out the BS, and that's part of her channel name. Is going to be on with me on Friday. And the interesting thing about her husband is a master mason. So we're going to have a very interesting chat about what that's all about and what it's not all about.
Yeah, but what degree?
Friday.
You're going to find that out.
I will be finding that out.
Because he should be able to at least tell you the name, the number of his degree. And as far as sniffing out the BS, the line I love to use from Boiler Room with Ben and Casey before he became famous. The line, and it was all about guys that did high pressure sales pitches to people around the East Coast, and the line was, "Don't pitch the bitch," because women will it's like, what, it's like they get cynical, it's like more suspicious more quickly. It's like, what are you selling? Whereas
this is sort of true for those in America who've been to a mall. In many malls anyway, and I'm not a mall shopper, but if you've been to a mall, you've noticed they have these kiosks, these stands that are not part of the stores that you go into. They're standing free. And they've been around for maybe the past 7 years, I'm just guessing. And a lot of times they're selling something involving bath products that you've never heard of before, that are labeled as Dead Sea salt, Dead Sea scrub, Dead Sea soap, something, something, something. And they have people selling them who are holding out like a sample and saying, would you like this? Would you like this? And usually they might be Eastern European, some indeterminate accent, I don't know. And it's families and people who are selling this stuff, which may or may not be completely toxic, poison. It may or may not do what it says it does. But the thing is that they focus on selling to the men. Not the women, because the women, they know their skincare products. They know what works for them. They know what's garbage and what's not for the most part. But men will be maybe like this attractive woman with an accent who's flirting with them, handing them some free cologne or something. Sure. And they can pitch the man much easier than the woman. And I've seen this when I've gone shopping, so much so that these kiosks are like, the women are like sirens luring the men in to buy this stuff, which just looks like kind of garbage. So yeah. And not from the Dead Sea, I'm quite sure. And maybe the women are from Israel. I have no idea. Dead Sea, I don't know. Middle Eastern, I have no idea where they're from. So no idea. Have you bought any of it?
Nope.
Wonder if anybody.
No, I'm just laughing at you the way you phrased that. That was good. It was very queenish. I'm sure the product is inferior, not worth my time.
Well, it's just one of those things that are sold, in the kiosks.
And you wafy-looking woman, clear a path. My entourage is coming through.
Some days I wish I were that alter ego person you're saying, but no, it would come in handy occasionally.
We need rose petals to walk on. No,
off with his head.
Fine. Just the thorns, and you lay on top of it, and then we'll walk on top of you, who was on top of the thorns.
Okay. Well. We've got HMS Daedalus says, bling bling, the
Her
BSF.
Majesty's Service, the Daedalus, really?
Yeah. BSS of the ISS who's here, and they're kind of chatting back and forth. ODD is here, as well as Seasider 702. She says about when we were talking about Masons, the 33 degree is an honorary degree that's given through the Scottish Rite only. Didn't know
Yes,
that.
you're right. And you have to be shoulder tapped for it.
Really?
It's true. You can make it up. You can buy your way up to the 32nd, but you have to be shoulder tapped for the 33rd. In fact, you can't even ask for the 33rd.
Huh.
You can't request it.
Is it like the special menu in a restaurant? It's not printed, but you have to
Exactly. You will, to the equivalent of the chef actually has to come out to you and say, "I've got a special dish if you come into the kitchen and sit at the chef's table."
Mm.
But you can't ask. You can't go in the pop of your head in the kitchen and say, "Can I sit at the chef's table?" Can't happen. Won't happen.
Out of my kitchen, out.
Exactly.
That was my mother. HMS Daedalus says there's also higher than the 33rd. I knew a man with a 37th degree. So
What? Well, if he does, he should write a story about it, because up until now, no one's even talked about the actual degrees that are higher than 32.
Crazy Flat Lady does agree with what I had said and says the people that are selling from the kiosks are from Israel and they attack you with salt scrub in the mall. That's exactly right. They literally attack you, but they definitely focus on the men, because the men, not that men aren't smarter or something, but it's just the sales pitch that they use.
Yeah.
They're sirens, I'm telling you. Don't buy it. Don't buy that stuff. You know what? All you need to use for skincare, coconut oil,
Oh boy,
baking soda mixed together is a wonderful underarm deodorant. The coconut oil is a light sunscreen. It's great for a moisturizer, makeup remover. You can use it for your hair. I mean, that and apple cider vinegar, and that's all you need. You can use other stuff. I use other stuff, but that's technically all you need on the desert island that we all will never be stranded on.
The beauty tips expressed by Patricia do not necessarily reflect
They do.
the opinion of this.
You know, health and
show.
beauty tips like that are part of Flat Earth. People will say, oh, they don't talk about Flat Earth. It is because we've been told lies about the products. We've been given products to use with fluoride in them, aluminum for our underarms. People are getting cancer. People are getting, they're being told if they use this toothpaste with fluoride, it'll prevent tooth decay. And what's really happening is they're, so yeah.
I'm just saying that you're not exactly the best average spokesperson for this. There should be a disclaimer at the bottom of the screen saying results not typical. You're not going to look like Patricia if you use baking soda and coconut.
Baking soda is a really good body scrub. Speaking of salt scrubs, yep, baking soda in the shower. I keep it in a little jar in the shower. I use so much baking soda at the grocery store. They must wonder what I do with it. Are you a professional baker? No.
And we haven't all won the genetic lottery, my queen.
We've got someone here saying I'm a reptilian. Wake up, people. All right. Okay. If you enjoy that fantasy, please indulge. So weird. Bling Bling says that she's never heard of higher than 33 degree. Neither have I. But
No, I've never heard of higher than 33 degree. But from what I understand, it doesn't matter, because once you get up that high, then you're just thrown into different positions. People that are 33 or higher are usually very successful and put in positions of power. So,
well, a lot of cool people are in chat. Is there anything that you've got coming up? Something happening? I have a ton of more emails to read.
I have 2 more interviews on Friday, and just some various little things I've got to do. All right. Nothing pressing.
All right.
Why?
This is from Jesse Villanova, who says, good evening, Patricia. Can you and Mark do some talking on the Mandela effect? I'm sure you probably have, since I only discovered you in the last 2 months or so. It's a big topic hitting YouTube. Many things that we grew up and know have changed. Please look up that Ellis Island is where I remember the Statue of Liberty. It's not anymore. It's Liberty Island. Just one example. Much love to you and all of humanity. There is a shift going on in consciousness for the good, I believe. Jesse Villanova, keeping it flat. Well, we've talked about the Mandela effect before, and I find some compelling things about the Mandela effect that people have pointed out to me or that I've discovered myself. I saw an advertisement for Depend undergarments, and I always thought it was Depends with an S on the end.
It is Depends. It's not?
no, that blew my mind. Also, Dolly's braces that in a James Bond movie with Jaws and the girl, they smile and she had braces on. And then some people are saying, no, you've misremembered. And then other people are saying it's the quality, the pixel quality. She doesn't have braces anymore because you can't see as clearly as when in its original form. There's always a reason that justifiably explains some of these Mandela effect things. Yeah. But depends undergarments, that's been the punchline to many a joke.
Yeah, many joke. Many comedians have used depends.
Right. But do they say it wrong because they
read
it wrong? I'm looking it up right now. Depends. Now, I just put up depends diapers, depends for women, depends for men. It just came up. And then when I click on it, it says depend. Now, it auto searches.
It could be a brand change.
No, it's this. Well, maybe, but depend official site. And all of the packaging that I can see images of, even going back, I'll say depend. Now, it's funny that this is one of those I can't explain unless the company came out and decided they were just going to remove the S. They removed the urine and they removed the S. I mean, okay, fine. But that's not what this company has said. And originally I thought interview with the vampire, interview with the vampire. That one threw me for a loop. But then I thought I misremembered. But this one, depend undergarments, all of the things that people believe have been changed through Mandela don't make any sense in their current changed way. Not just because we've grown familiar with the way it's said. Depend undergarments. It's even hard to say where depends undergarments just rolls off the tongue a little easier. So
for me, the reason why I didn't spend too much time on the whole Delta, Mandetta, Mandingo.
Mandingo, your favorite.
Mandingo effect. That's the street version. Is the problem? The problem is it's still it's comes down to memory, and that is until we can download the human mind like a hard drive and put it up on a screen to where two people can see it at once, that you're never going to be able to go anywhere with it.
Well, they're wanting to do that. Jesse Eisenberg with that neural lace thing that you inject into your body and the whole transhumanism thing.
Yeah. I'm not saying it should happen. I'm just saying that it's not that until we have that ability, it's not going to happen. Again, movies have touched on that for a long time, going all the way back to one of my favorites, Brainstorm from the early 80s with Christopher Walken and Natalie Wood's last movie.
Wow. Yeah. Before she was drowned or drowned.
Yeah,
out at sea,
out at boat with her husband. Oh crap, Natalie Wood and what's
famous actor?
Oh, Robert Wagner.
Yeah.
But what was interesting, I did not know until last year, and I think I told you, there was 3 people on that boat. Who was the third person?
O.J. Simpson. Joking.
Christopher Walken.
What?
Because they were doing a shooting break. They were on a break from shooting that movie, and Christopher Walken were co-stars in the movie. So Christopher Walken knows. Talk about a guy who can keep secrets. He knows full well all the way. He might
not know. He might have been below deck. Below deck.
Really? Because Robert's not going to tell him. It's not going to be one of those things. It's like, dude, you got to help me get rid of the body. You know, it's Christopher Walken would have.
Wow, Christopher Walken would probably know. At least he would know the initial reaction.
Exactly. He'd know what happened up until that point. He would have been there all the way up until that night. You know, even if, worst case scenario, he was there before he went to bed, and then here's the thump, and you know.
Well, there's rumors that Natalie Wood and Christopher Walken were an item.
Could have been.
We'll never know. She was a beautiful woman. Christopher Walken's an interesting man. Robert Wagner, very handsome man. Yeah. You just don't know that Hollywood world. Maybe none of that even ever happened at all in the world we live in. That could be completely false. Maybe. And Natalie Wood is just a woman still around today. My neighbor. I mean, you know, just don't know.
Is Natalie Wood your neighbor? Hey, by the way, I really, you know what, I find little things I pick on in videos. The Matt Boylan, the last NASA channel video that he did, Global Panic, Flat Earth. You know the part that bugs me more than anything? The reason why I clicked on it is because he's got that cool thumbnail of his wife standing underneath the Flat Earth flag with that cool stylized FE. That's not in the video anywhere.
No, I love that flag though.
I love that FE flag. It's like, that's fantastic. Where is it?
You know what? Somebody needs to make flags like that. However, that is UN logo, which we are not.
No, not that one.
Well, no, not that one.
But the one in the thumbnail, which is just 2 letters, FE.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Over
saying.
on a black background. And it's like, really, that's really cool. That's really cool. But he never used it. I only saw the UN one. But the UN one, that's not trademarked.
Oh, okay.
That's
But
just the UN
using the UN flag one is showing that we have only that small amount of land, and
right.
I'm always trying to not push a model because I don't have a model. I just know that we don't.
You could do the AE map without the border.
The Laurel.
So it just goes nothing around it. Just the AE map with just endless something. There's no borders on it for people.
I want to say hi to Zoe of Be Here in Love and Donald Putnam and Dame Ethel Tripped with Me, Wisdom of Fool Weakness, who's asking, when are we going to talk flat Earth? We're always talking flat Earth.
Where have you been? We did a solid hour on it. What do you want us to lead a raid?
Arwin is here as well. I think. All right, Zoe of Be Here in Love. Did I say that? Or boy, I just had a Mandela effect moment. Kind of weird.
Mandela effect?
Mm-hmm.
The video I wanted to give a quick shout out to was D Marble. He came back and did another video on a plane. Talk about it, who bounces back from 10,000 thumbs down, and media attention that was not kind, and didn't even, just shrugged it off. And that video on a plane, he just took the camera and just filmed it and edited it. It was great.
D Marble has a wonderful personality. He's just bright and upbeat, and he's casual and natural and very well spoken, and I'm all about him. I think he's great.
Yep.
And he I did an interview with him a couple of videos back, so go check it out if you haven't. And of course, he's got a ton of videos himself. It's DMARBLE.
Yeah.
Let's see, Greg Dervish is here as well, and Stock Jockey and Agent Jeremiah and Robin Holtz, and a couple of Mark Twain is here. Whenever I read that, I think, wow, Mark Twain, give us a good quote, Mark. Because you do have the best quotes.
I would never join a club that would have me as a member.
No, that's not Mark Twain.
That is Mark Twain.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I know Mark Twain.
Groucho Marx used it as well. I thought there was a Groucho quote.
Crap, did he say that too? Holy smokes. I think
a bunch of people said it.
Somebody in chat find out. I'm not going to look it up. That's what the chat room's for.
Yeah. I'm going to say Groucho. But
Groucho may have gotten it from Mark Twain.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to wait until somebody comes up with it.
By the way, Red Pill Philosophy, we should mention him real quick. Proud of him that he put the video back up. That he did Why the Flat Earth Theory is Good for Science. Great title.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he got discouraged because he took the video down, blew out the comments, just torched them all. I know, because I was one of them. I was one of the early comments, and then he put it back up. And yeah, the thumbs down immediately came back, and he's still at 563 up, 322 down. But almost 1,000, well, almost 900.
Red Pill Revolution, right?
Red Pill Philosophy.
Excuse me. Philosophy, Red Pill Philosophy. I wrote him after the video came out and asked him if he would be on my show. I knew his answer would probably be no, but
yeah, it's all right. He should do it. I don't know if he ever even does interviews.
Probably not, but I mean, he's not a flat earther. However, he's definitely flat earth.
Oh, come on. He was selling a flat earth shirt at 4 minutes into that show, or 4 minutes into that video. And it's a cool shirt. In fact, if I go to it, you guys want to check out a cool flat earth shirt, it's called, check.
You look and I'll just let you know.
Yeah, there it is. It's how do you know it's a globe? Very cool. Cartoon globy thing on the front on a black shirt.
Who made it?
I don't know. Flat Earth, but it's at teespring.com. Flat Earth, Flat Earth. In fact, what's it called? I'm going to click on it real quick. It's at teespring.com. It's called Flat Earth Skepticism.
Interesting.
Seriously, how do you know it's a globe? Support true science and skepticism. Question all dogma.
Well, I mean, if you're thinking like that, you're thinking like a flat earther.
Oh yeah, he totally knows. He's doing a Rob Skiba. He's holding out. You know,
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to lose their subscribers, lose their relevance, but they won't. They'll gain more subscribers and become more relevant. That's what the truth does.
Yeah, until the tipping point comes to where they say, we're with you, man. You know, until the noise of the globalists becomes so, you know, quite a bit significantly less than the pro, then he'll flip as soon as that happens.
I do want to say hello to Hangnail, who we were speaking about before, who's going to be my guest on Monday on the show. And Bob from Globebusters and Crazy Flat Lady are both saying, I win, Groucho Marx.
Damn it, is it really Groucho Marx? That's the guy that originally came up with that?
Yes.
Damn it.
But Mark Twain said a lot of great things, so.
He was a professional humorist.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So. But he and the author of my favorite book, which was unpublished.
Oh, the one about Satan.
Well, thank you, Patricia. Ixnay on the Evil Day.
Tell us the name of the book.
No, it's called Mysterious Stranger.
I have it. It's not a big book. It's quite small.
No, it's quite small, but about how the devil goes to Europe in the 1500s and teaches a bunch of school children how the world really works. You know, through how basically the lessons from A to Z of human nature, and how, you know, people are just slaves to their desires, and how they can be manipulated so easily. It's fascinating. But I think
we can learn as flat earthers from that to use it for good.
No, you'd probably be better off just reading Sun Tzu's Art of War, something more basic than that. But it was interesting. I thought it was interesting because Mark Twain was friends with, towards the end of his life,
gosh, I don't know the answer,
Nikola Tesla. And I think that's why, because Mark Twain's books were pretty light and funny, and then he starts taking this dark turn, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's probably because he was hanging out with Nick.
Mysterious Stranger sometimes is available on Amazon if you want to purchase it. But
yeah, you can download the PDF from different places.
Right,
you can get it free online.
I like to have the book, so
don't ask me for it. You actually have the hard copy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have the hard copy.
That's what happens when you're me. Joking. I just happen to find it. No problem. I have a lot of Mark Twain stuff. So
call up all the interns of the agency. No. You lackeys, fetch me this manuscript. You have 45 minutes.
Only I had that life.
40,
but I don't.
I'm sorry, 44 minutes.
Exactly.
Move, monkeys.
Oh my gosh. Arwen says, InfoWars dropped a flat earth bomb today out of nowhere. And also Alex Jones was totally hysterical, literally rolling over the floor laughing. And it was hilarious. I didn't know about any of that.
He was making fun of us?
Well, probably. I don't know exactly what happened, but somebody tell us more, please.
If he was mocking us, get the flat earth shock troops on that.
Yeah. Now, going over to a Alex Jones and InfoWars, doing a chat raid or some kind of something on that would be good if we could find a way
to get in there if it's possible. Yeah, I don't know if he does any Google Hangouts, but yeah, Alex Jones has got to bend the knee eventually, because he's just not. Sorry, I had to deal with that whole thing, last year. Is
Alex Jones just clueless, or is Alex Jones controlled opposition and he's never going to, quote, bend the knee, as you said?
He knows because, again, they reached out, but he's afraid. He's worried about the temperament of what's out there. Again, that's why it's being probed in different social media forms. And which is also, by the way, I love the Kyrie is in the finals again this year. What happens if he wins the finals again? Are they going to do a second Flat Earth t-shirt? Flat Earth World Champions shirt? Is that what they're going to do? And the Draymond Green is his opponent on the other side of the Golden State Warriors. The other guy that was quoted for Flat Earth from the All-Star game.
RJ has ordered his Nikon P900, he says. And somebody's talking about a haircut. Don't know what that means.
Nikon should show. Well, I know a Japanese company, but Nikon should show up at the conference. They should have a booth at the conference. In fact, somebody look. I'll send a thing to IPS if I get a chance, which is look up. I don't know if there is a Nikon of North America. I mean, there's Subaru of North America. There very well could be Nikon, but find all the marketing execs for Nikon of North America and email them and say, show up at the freaking show because we're buying. There's the difference. It's like, look, We're not, there's no guarantee that we're buying Subaru products, but we're buying Nikon products.
Yes, definitely.
So-
By the truckload. Stock Jockey, who is in the chat, has said that I need to show Flynn on the jukebox. So just
Really? And with it, except, but instead you're going to show us your neckline?
Well, no, but it's the only way to be able to show Flynn right here. There he is. Flat cat on the juke. What's that music?
It's burlesque music.
Oh, great. No.
Dun,
But,
dun,
women who dance burlesque are really wonderful. I remember living in New Orleans, and there was a lot of artists, beautiful women, artistically dancing in a way that was amazing. So it is an art. Definitely is an art.
Yep.
We've got Timaeus asking, will I be going on any more chat raids? I will probably be going on chat raids if the particular person that we're raiding is something that I feel good about. Yeah, I mean,
as with any raid,
right?
You shouldn't. I mean, if you feel bad, I mean, I felt bad for the photographer, but again,
you went anyway.
Well,
yeah. See, there you go.
What? I mean, I felt bad for the villagers. I did, but
I am not an aggressive person. So chat raids, to me, I do them my way and other people do them their way. And, I mean, like, as an individual, when you go, you can say what you want to say and do what you want to do. So, hey.
If you played more games, actually, you'd be
more aggressive.
Yeah.
Just don't like video games. I never did. Just never did. I know. Robin Holt is noticing my sort of off the shoulder faux leather motorcycle jacket and says grease is the word. Yes, but it's meant to be worn like this. It's not a real jacket. So I don't know. In case anybody's wondering.
Yeah, and by the way, if you want the grease reference, that's from You're the One That I Want. That's the last. Yeah, honey. Yeah, that's the last song of the movie, based on the musical, starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John.
I went to see that in the 70s in the theater with my mother, and I remember thinking that I liked Sandy, the Olivia Newton-John character, better when she was a good girl, not in the sexy black leather.
Oh yeah, most people did. That's why she was the good girl from almost the entire movie. In fact, the message was horrible. At the end, it's like, yeah, you want to nail that guy? You
be a slut. I hated that part.
Yeah, all black. Just dump the pink. Dress up in clothes that are way too tight.
Exactly.
And yeah. And that was, again, Olivia Newton-John is more the good girl in real life anyway.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
She's still around. I think she had breast cancer. Maybe I'm mistaken, and living in Australia.
Could be. Or you could be thinking of Kylie Minogue.
Oh, yes.
Perhaps. Who did, and Elton John was at the hospital with her.
Arwen is saying that I'm not missing anything by not playing games because these days they're disgusting and lame. And Ukdina Walker says video games are mind control tools. I'm with you on that one. Chris Topher says I need a Warcraft account. Just imagine. Do you have to have a name? I need a flat Earth name for my Warcraft account, which I'm never going to have. I don't know what it would be, but
well, my name is just my name, Mark Sargent. So
right? Yeah, I guess you'd have to use.
But my guild name is called Flat Earth.
What's guild name?
It's my group, the guild, my army. It's tiny though. Is in fact it was formed by Brian Klein from Humanistory.
Really? Shout out to Brian Klein. He's wonderful.
He created the Flat Earth Guild on Stone Mall, the server Stone Mall, and then made me the guild leader. It's like, okay, cool.
My brother plays video games. He's 4 years younger than myself. My sister, 2 years younger than me, does not. So.
Yeah, I'm lifelong.
Yeah. How often do you play Warcraft? And do you play any other games?
Oh yeah. I've played all sorts of games over the years. I've got my games that I love. I'm not going to go over all of them. I could talk games literally for a week. Favorite games of all time: Fallout 3, Warcraft, those Diablo 2, blah blah blah. But my guilty pleasure games, I'm going to mention this for people out there because this will make them roll their eyes. Everyone's got their guilty pleasure games that are so stupid, but you play them anyway. It's not Minecraft. I'll give you a hint.
All right.
One of them's called Bejeweled. I know, total chick game, and the other one is Plants vs. Zombies. Simple, both by the same company, PopCap. They just had a knack for making these cool time sinks, and I loved them. So.
The only game I like is Pole Position, and it's not a cool
How
game.
in the world is that your favorite game of all time?
Because it's driving a car, and it's driving a car fast. Like
I mean, it was
driver.
a good. I'll admit,
and it's
it was
old, and it was, back when that came out. To me, that was fun.
So you
and
hung out at the arcade with the cool kids, and that's what you played.
No, kind
You don't
of.
want to really talk
Exactly.
about your boyfriend, the guy you really liked. He was in the pole position.
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry. No, wait. How did you call it back then? The guy you were sweet on.
No. Going with. That's what it used to be in the 70s. You were going with somebody. No, I went on my own and found a game I liked, which was Pole Position, the car driving game in the arcade way back a long time ago.
It was very, very cool for it. It was the best car game of its day.
And the guy I was going with, the boyfriend, his name is Danny, by the way, Danny Reed. Whatever. Well, I don't know him anymore.
Not to be confused with Danny from Greece.
No, yeah, exactly. No, he was a good boy. But anyway, Danny, he would play some kind of killing game. I don't know what it was, and I wasn't interested. So I put Pole Position.
Got it.
So anyway, wow, we've got a bunch of people in the chat. I appreciate everyone being here. And Ukdina Walker says her father was an obsessed gambler. So I don't know.
If I would have gotten into, because if anyone's been to Reno or Vegas over the last 10 years, it's all become digital, and they've really kind of turned them into arcade games. It's not the old days, where you pull the lever and coins come out.
I've been a couple of times to Las Vegas, quite a few times, because during owning a clothing store, that time frame in my life, 2010, 2011, 2012, they would have the show there, the trade show, and you'd go a couple of times a year, and then all the people who sold clothing, all the designer names would be there, and you'd go around like a trade show and go to the different booths, and they would show you, and they'd have models, and you'd pick what you wanted and order for your store for the season ahead. When you get off the plane, and for those who've been to Vegas, they know there's gambling machines right there when you're off, and the smell of smoke in the air. I mean, just
literally
not my scene.
They bent the rules as far as you could possibly take it, and that is you put the slot machines in a special room literally right off. So if you want to gamble, 2 minutes after you get off that plane, you can start playing stuff.
I'm not into Vegas because to me it's completely fake. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go there and see it and check it out. I think it's one of those things that it's worth seeing once, I guess, if you have the opportunity. Flying into Vegas at night when you can see the lights is sort of awe-inspiring, but it's also a giant waste of electricity. And just disgusting in a way too. And to me, it's dirty and seedy, and everything about it I don't like. But
do you know what gets
a testament to people who enjoy making money and that crass vulgarity.
The commercials have gotten worse and worse.
Really?
The whole what happens in, they don't even say it anymore. The what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Usually it's just somebody comes back from Vegas and then they don't talk about it. It's like there's no, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. It's like, no, we don't have any photographs. No, we don't have any this, no any that. Oh yeah, I turned off my phone. People just really,
to me, it just seems like kind of place that you pretend that you're doing bad stuff, but it's for people who don't really do bad stuff. It's for people who like to pretend.
No. There are people there that absolutely go there.
Weekend warrior, or
that's what? No, not even a weekend warrior. It's just a den of iniquity. People literally, that's what the commercials are. The commercials are basically saying you want to absolutely get, there are no holds barred. You can go there and just lose it, and just make sure you don't tell anybody when you get home. That's basically the message now.
I lived in New Orleans, and there was a component to that with Bourbon Street, which is a street I would not really walk down, although I've been on it before. I'm not interested in Bourbon Street. It was gross to me, and these giant, disgusting, sugary sweet drinks, and people wasted and throwing up on the street, and women ripping their shirts off, and just depressing to me. But part of New Orleans where I lived was nowhere near that, and it was very beautiful, and the beautiful old homes and the Southern hospitality. So I guess in any area, even in Las Vegas, there's probably a way to live there without getting involved in trashiness.
Oh yeah. I had a friend who was an IT manager out there, but that was really his kind of town anyway. He worked for Penn and Teller. That's where they're based because their show is out there.
I used to like Penn and Teller, and then I heard their belief systems, and was like,
Oh, I could tell you a
nope,
few stories.
not for me.
Yeah.
You know what? Knowing about flat Earth and then looking into all sorts of other things, a lot of people I used to like and respect. I remember even liking, believe it or not, Bill Nye on Facebook. I think maybe back in whenever I joined Facebook, was one of the people I liked before I understood what any of this was all about. Because I not grew up with Bill Nye, but I mean, I was older by the time he was popular.
Oh yeah, I missed him too.
But what I mean is he was around for a very long period of time in my life, and I thought of him as being a smart scientist who was funny until, our eyes were opened, flat Earth eyes. Then you're like, oh, gosh, I couldn't unlike Bill Nye fast enough. Like, oh my gosh, give me my Facebook. No one's on Facebook anymore unless you're older. I'm older I mean my age and up. Facebook seems to be for people who are older. People are doing more on other platforms these days. So,
by the way, I just typed in, just for the heck of it, into Google, typed in flat Earth to see what the latest news things.
Yeah.
And the Ringer just put out a thing 10 hours ago called literally, "Who the hell is Kyrie Irving?" And it's got him holding a basketball, but it's a globe.
Really? And that's somewhat old news. And I don't know what the Ringer is. Is this?
I don't know. I'm going to click on it just to
click on it and see.
To find out. Kyrie's got the whole flat Earth in his hands. Seriously, that's the title of the article. The Cavalier has mainstream success, a ring, soda endorsement, second best-selling sneaker, and an enigmatic personality. See his theories on the Earth's flatness. You have to look and listen hard to get the full picture. That's awesome.
This is an interesting email from Art Navarro, who writes, "Boys and their rockets. Hi. Why don't NASA's rockets behave like their large model counterparts? Model rocketry is a thriving hobby, and there have been some monster machines built and launched. These tear off the launch pad at a rate of knots, unlike NASA's rockets, 10 times as large, which can take 6 to 7 seconds to clear the launch tower, and then they seem to lumber into the sky." So then he links a comparison of a 1/10 model of a Saturn V launch with the real thing. And he writes, "Here's a problem. Model rockets stabilize themselves because of the incredible initial acceleration, giving airflow over the stabilizing vanes. How are NASA's rockets stabilizing themselves at such slow initial speeds? Gimbaling the engines won't provide the answer. Try balancing a pencil vertically on your finger. You have to move your finger radically to maintain any balance." And he also mentions the boys from Top Gear, the show, who make a Robin Reliant shuttle and launch it.
I watched that show. And I watched that episode.
How fast it goes off.
Right.
And then the real thing at the proper speed is different. And then he speaks a little bit about Bob and Jaron and the Morgul at Globebusters, covering an interesting theory on how NASA may be stabilizing their rockets at such slow speed. So thanks to Art for that bit of information. So
this is a big article on Kyrie and the whole flat Earth thing.
And how mainstream is? I've never heard of the
Ringer. I haven't either, but it's pretty. Seems pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, who wrote this?
Is it a blog? Online blog?
It's from John Gonzalez, storyteller and mercenary. It takes 13 minutes to read it. It's just interesting. I mean, it's a bigger. I'm gonna have to read this thing just to see what's going on there. Anyway, what else we got?
That's pretty much it. Just want to thank everybody from the live chat for being here and giving the video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And thanks to IPS for joining us earlier. Happy birthday again to Nicole Cote. And Bling Bling of the BSS of the ISS will be my guest on Friday at 5 p.m. Central, 6 Eastern here on this very show. And then we've got Hangnail coming up on Monday here on the show, an interview with someone who's got a very small channel, but is going to be going places because he's got the right attitude. And the right attitude is all for one and one for all. We all can have our different belief systems when it comes to the way the plane is shaped, be it endless or be it in a dome. We don't know. But we all are in an us against them situation here.
Death to all who oppose us.
Well, In my case,
Sorry,
maybe not,
or
but
maybe take it back a notch.
yeah. But there's people who believe they live on a globe because they never thought differently. Those people don't deserve harsh treatment at all because they just need to be gently awakened, like we were with information.
Exactly. And if
So-
that means you all of a sudden have your eyes taken out of your socket and jammed back in with a whole bunch of flat earth words, then that's fine too.
Or tickled with a rose, depends on your
God.
perspective. And on that note, thank you, Mark, for being here. And thanks for being here in the chat for The Secret Show. Thanks to all. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you can. And click the little bell because that will give you information when the next video comes out. So until we meet again, keep it nice and keep it flat.
Flat Earth Recon!